Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tour Buds The Breakdown, where we talk about new music, old music, music news, tours, all things music. I'm here with Andy. I'm here with Eric. What's happening, fellas?
What's up, guys?
Hello. What's
What's
up,
going
man?
on? What's new? What's new?
I was at my sister's wedding yesterday, and it was really touching. I cried. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. Um, and I got to hang out with Eric earlier this week as well
Mm-hmm.
on Monday.
Was it also touching?
Oh,
It was touching, and I
you
was
guys
moved.
touched.
Yeah.
That's
We touched.
Thanks for the invite. That was nice to you guys.
We were.
You have an open invite.
Yeah, it's always, you're always available.
What'd you guys
Hey,
do?
We practiced music.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
I don't know
exciting.
I don't know if Eric wants to talk about it, but like we kind of do music together. Like it's very mysterious though.
Yeah, we got
Oh.
something brewing. But then we also barbecued. Well, Nate barbecued, and we ate
That's
said
awesome.
barbecue.
It was incredible.
But it was a good hang.
Good.
Yeah, it was a really nice hang. And before like we go forward, is there any way I would like to just kind of like bring something up that I didn't get to bring up last week. I forgot. I just wanted to clear the air with you, Derek. I know I talked about the show that I got to see Joe Bad at. They were on tour with Arch Enemy.
Yep.
And I was texting you about that, and I just wanted to clear the air. I said to you something that I might have hurt your feelings. I said to you that I found her to be very attractive, and I said that I would bury you alive for a moment with her. And then you said
true.
that's not nice. Or you said that's rude. And then you didn't talk to me again until the show.
Well, yeah,
So,
that
I just
it
wanted
was
to
a
clear
little
the
hurtful.
air. I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know that it was indeed like a half joke. And
Okay.
I don't
Not only did you get to you went, you were at the show without me, so I was a little jealous of that. And then you're telling me that you're gonna put me underground
alive.
for a chance. Yeah,
Alive, yeah. Yeah.
For
That's
a
a bit
chance
harsh.
for a couple words with a singer.
No words. Just body
Don't
language.
let it happen again.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear the air, and I just want to let you know that I'm sorry about that, and I wasn't fully serious.
Okay. Don't be a jerk anymore.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm just a passionate man. I'm very passionate.
You are.
Did you want
to? Apology.
Did you want to get it? Like that's obviously like glad we're friends again. Did you want to get into like that? I know we had news to go through. Do you want to change the vibe and get sad now and talk about what happened earlier last week?
Yeah, so I think it's good to kick off. It seemed like it's a pretty important news, important guy. Dave Shapiro passed away in a plane crash. Big booking agent for up and coming bands. Did a lot for the scene. A lot of the bands I didn't know him personally, but a lot of the bands we know and talk to were either involved with him at some point or we're good friends. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know. Do you guys know any about him, or did you know him, or?
I think I crossed paths with him once or twice throughout my, I guess, career, whatever you want to call it. Didn't really know him well, but I know, like you said, I know a lot of people who did know him well, and were deeply affected, and certainly knew his name from being around. I knew who he was and everything. So.
Definitely.
It's always sad when something like that happens. There's other people on board as well, ex-drummer from Devil Wears Prada, and a couple other people. It's just a horrible, horrible accident that I think we're, especially growing up in any kind of hardcore or metal scene, like everybody thinks everybody's invincible and we're all just, it's us versus the world kind of thing. So I think when something like that happens, it's quite sobering, and it's just really sad to hear that.
Yeah, rest in peace. I know I've played with the Devil Wears Prada a few times, and I know like very, very like not tight friends, but I knew Daniel from the Devil Wears Prada, the drummer. And yeah, it's fucking sad. I mean, think about that. Like I just there's also what the hell's going on with flying this year? There's so many fucking plane crashes. It's ridiculous.
There is.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is very.
I don't want to feel that way. Like it's already a freaky feeling to fly now. Like people just dropping.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
insane.
nuts. It's scary. It's sad. But yeah. So hopefully everybody, hopefully they get through it and we can keep the scene going strong. I mean, he was a big part of it, so that's always tough.
Yeah.
Always tough to move through. So yeah, that's the sad news. We don't do sad news very often, but it was due. We needed to get that one in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess to move on from there, if there is a way to easily do that, let's get into our first song of the day. Erich, this will be you.
Me.
So
yeah,
I'll kick it over to you.
Yeah, so just a little background. This is a band that's important to New York scene, actually, Candiria. A very unique band, comprised of like Juilliard-educated musicians that mixed hardcore, hip-hop, jazz. Sounds like I'm making it up, but that's literally what the elements they mixed. It was just, nobody has ever been like them. And in late 2003, early 2004, I might be getting the dates wrong. They had a really bad accident. And their van was hit, and you'll see in a second when the record cover comes up is actually a picture of the van post-accident. It's a miracle they survived. I know the drummer was in the hospital for quite some time, needed a bunch of surgeries. Some of the other guys were really, injured pretty badly in it. And so this record that they put out after the accident was called What Doesn't Kill You, which is appropriate. And it marked kind of a departure for the band in a musical sense. They kind of branched out even further than they did. And as a band that's known for doing different things, is one of the best things about them is like every record's kind of a different vibe while retaining the core elements and make them who they were. Everybody really respected them in the scene. They were just not afraid to do things differently. And they did a lot of things before they were popular. And I think you'll kind of hear this, knowing that this track's from 2004, if you keep that in the back of your head, you'll hear kind of how forward thinking this was, maximized. They weren't afraid to like use their talents as musicians to kind of branch outside the heavy label, if you will. So anyway, this particular song is called Down.
All right, here we go.
I cannot
Sorry for all that horrible lagging. I'll take the blame.
It's all good. You guys got the gist.
We'll figure it out.
There's a lot of stuff in there that I heard. I mean, even like little Tool, little almost, like even the vocal like has a little disturbed flair to it every once in a while.
There's a bunch going on in there, and Carly, that dude could, if you listen to, first of all, I would suggest everyone check out that entire record. Is a masterpiece.
It is.
But even the Coma imprint, some of the earlier records where it's just like it's like the heaviest breakdown you ever heard, and it's just like a jazz interlude. But Carly could go from, he could sing, as you heard, he could scream, he can rap. Like, he was a pretty good freestyle rapper. Like, the guy did everything, and just one of those bands that, like, when you're just getting into hardcore, especially on Long Island, you heard them, you're like, what in the world? Like, I don't get this. Like, they can actually play their instruments. They know more than 3 chords. This is weird. But they just garnished so much respect from everybody, I think. And they were just real dudes too. Like, they're really nice guys, and they just put on a good show, and they're super talented musicians. And it's just one of those bands that didn't get their due. I don't think they got enough credit for what they did for music in not only our scene, but just heavy music in general. Like you just heard, there's things in there that exist now almost and didn't 20 years ago, and they were doing it. It's kind of hard. I mean, it sounds like an old guy thing to say, but it's true. But anyway, so yeah, kind of wanted to come a little left field with that one and do one of New York's finest, and just
I like it.
I actually bought that album, Eric, when like at what is that CD place that Kevin used to work at? The fucking Best Buy.
Oh, Best Buy, holy cow, yeah.
I bought it at Best Buy. I was still in high school, and I had never heard that band before in my life. I never even heard of them, but I saw the album art, and it really intrigued me. And that was the time. It was still before streaming, really. I mean, I guess there was streaming, but like not like it is now. There was like mp3.com or
like LimeWire and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I had never heard of them, and it was really cool because that was one of those albums that the art really drew me in. And it was the van that that they crashed in. And then I learned the story, and I knew that, like, at me as a drummer, I was super intrigued by that band because I know that drummer got really fucked up. He had pins in his legs. And I don't even know how he got through that recording. But
he's a really good fucking drummer too.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, they man, they were just different,
Yes.
But yeah, I figured I'd take a break from the black metal, what you guys expected, and hit you with a New York staple out of respect for those guys. I still respect those guys. I only got to play with them once at a all-day fest at Pratt University in Brooklyn, actually.
Oh wow.
Remembering Never, Us, I think 7 Star might have played, Candiria, I think Cypher might have played. I don't know, man, I'm mixing up. But anyway, that was the only time I really got to play with them, quote unquote. But yeah, just one of those bands that deserve a lot more accolades than they've gotten. So there you
great
choice.
There
you have it, folks.
And not intentionally, but works out. I went with a New York band, newer band.
That works.
Monochromatic Black, who seen a few times. They're around. They're really starting to blow up. They're going out supporting Carnifex and Suffocation later in June for like a month, which is awesome for them. Fit right in. Female vocalist, lead singer Tanya is an absolute beast. We've been talking. We're trying to get her on Tour Buds Live or in the studio at some time with the band. So hopefully we can full circle this at some point and get them on and have a good conversation. They're kind of in the circle of a bunch of bands we've interviewed, like Float Omen and all those kind of New Jersey, New York dudes. So that being said, this is Carnal. It's a newer song, came out in March by Monochromatic Black.
Hey, wait, real quick. Did Frank record this?
He may have recorded this one actually.
Yeah, because I think I know that they were in studio at Voodoo Studios. Frank.
Our Frank.
Yeah, our Frank.
Yeah, my Frank. He's my Frank.
I think he did do this one.
Yeah. So shout out to Voodoo, Frank at Voodoo Studios.
We love you, Frank.
He's the best.
So hopefully we don't get too much lag and we can enjoy his his work. Here we go. Trying to change a setting mid go and it screwed it up. So let's see if this catches up. That's enough. That you get the point. I think that fixed it a little bit.
A little bit. We'll figure it out. We'll get it right
Yeah.
on these shows. We'll be all right.
So that's
Brutal.
Monochromatic Black. They are pretty brutal. Super talented group. Super friendly, nice people. So keep an eye out. They're going to be out all across the country.
I love that. I love it. I think it sound. I don't know how a woman sounds like an absolute demon like that, and I'm very scared and I'm very impressed.
It's very impressive. She's like a little, she's a little Latina girl.
Cool.
Which
Very
maybe makes more sense when you say that she can get to those demon levels.
No, yeah, her vocals are good, man. That deathcore style doesn't always, lend itself to kind of standing out, and she's got like a very good character to her voice, and I think that's going to bode well for them. Plus, I heard more old school Florida death metal vibes in that than most deathcore. So there's a little bit more traditional death metal in there, which I really appreciate. So I dig them.
Yeah, they're cool. They're fun to see live too. They
Yeah,
she's got a
but-
lot of energy and it gets fun.
Yep. Take it.
I wait. Where did you see them?
I saw them on the Float Omen CD release show, and then I also saw them. Remember, we went to see what the hell are they called? Remember, we went to the Monarch to see
Mm-hmm.
the older band with the girl who plays the keyboards. What are they called?
Bleeding Through.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. I'm like, this is the easiest.
Older
one.
band. You didn't mean guys my age, but yeah, go ahead.
No, well, same. But
The older
you know,
gentleman.
Younger.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all good.
But yeah, they opened for them on that show before Enoch.
Right.
Yeah, I think you came in like right as they ended, or
No, I did hear them briefly.
Yeah.
So I definitely technically saw them. I could say that now that you reminded me.
add it to your list.
I'm gonna add it to my list. I could say that. That's really cool. I like.
Well, I hope this tour does awesome. I hope the tour does great for them. Yeah, good New York choices. We got keeping it local. I like that.
I already have my choice for next week. I can't wait. I can't wait, dude.
Yeah, I might too. I know. Yeah, I might too, actually. But hey, all good.
So it cycles back to I'm the what I'm currently vibing and like an older established band, or am I the up and coming?
No, I think Derek's the news. I'm up and coming. You're the older.
Yeah.
Good. That's exactly what I thought.
Okay.
Well, that's what I wanted.
I think you guys are gonna. I don't know. Actually, I don't think that. I don't know. Actually, I want to make bets right now that Erich won't really like it. I think that you'll like it, Derek.
All right, that's interesting.
Hey, you know, sometimes I could surprise you. You know what I mean? I just went to the Music Hall of Williamsburg with James on Saturday, friend of ours, and saw. Well, he wanted to see Revocation, which I never disliked them, but it was never kind of like
solid
my thing.
band.
Solid band, never disliked them, but I was freaking blown away by them live. And now I'm like a legit fan. Dave is one of the best, if not the best live guitar player I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And then Necrogoblicon headlined. It was such a strange and fun show. Like the crowd was fun, everything was fun. But the point I'm trying to make is I went into that like, yeah, Revocation's okay, not really. Never was really super into him. And now I'm like, holy cow. Like I always respected him, obviously, but like now I'm like they turned me into a fan with that live show.
Andy, that was the tour we played together? We played with him in Florida, or were you not there?
Yes. No, I was there, yeah.
Yeah, it was them and Goat Whore, and then
that
makes sense.
That was Tallahassee, dude. We played that.
It was like Florida State, and then as soon as the show ended, it turned into like a bump in nightclub.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was pretty wild.
Yeah, no, I've experienced that on tour.
That's right. It was both of our bands, Goat Whore and was it Revocation?
Yeah, and Revocation. Yeah, Revocation. I think was headlining.
Actually, maybe Goat Whore was.
I think Goat Whore.
It might have been Goat Whore. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're also from Boston, which normally would be like, I'm just kidding.
Hey, take it easy. Jesus Christ!
Shots fired, bitch.
Just throwing shots out of nowhere. I thought we were doing good today.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny. We did not to tell war stories, but we did a tour with Since the Flood, who's from Boston, and it was really funny because the first thing they said when we met up for the first show, I think Chuck or somebody was like, "You guys like baseball?" And I was like, "Nope." And he's like, "All right." And then Luke got out of the van, but Luke was wearing a Mets hat, which I guess is okay. If you're wearing a Yankees hat, we probably would have had a problem, I guess. Yes. I don't know. I'm actually not a baseball fan, so I was trying to.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So like he saw the hat and he's like, no, we're good. And I'm like, holy cow, man, you're gonna base our whole tour on whether or not it was like, yeah,
that's real shit. That's real shit.
But we ended up getting along with those guys. They were amazing. They were one of the funnest.
They were all they were super fun. Who did I see them with? What? No, it's like probably in high school. It was them Since the Flood from a second story window and Between the Buried and Me.
Wow, that's a.
It was like that was the show. It was fucking awesome.
That's sick.
One of the guys from Since the Flood. It was at do you ever play the Palladium in Worcester?
Oh yeah,
the upstairs venue.
Mm-hmm.
The kid, one of them, like climbed on top of one of the PA speakers and did like a front flip off, like into the middle of the crowd.
I know exactly. Why can't I remember his name? I know which guitar player it was.
Yeah.
Derek, I played that one, right? And on the War of Ages tour. That was the
you played. No.
I thought it was that venue.
Oh, maybe you did, because I didn't see you when you played the War of Ages. I saw them when Mark was playing guitar.
Got it.
At the where did I see him? I went to the Paradise
with Killswitch's other band.
Yeah, Times of Grace.
Times of Grace, right. Yeah. That was sick.
Palladium's solid. It has a huge, like the huge venue downstairs, and then upstairs it's like probably like a 250 cap.
Yeah.
It's like those are the most fun shows. Yeah.
Oddly enough, that's where Revocation and Necrogoblicon were the night before Brooklyn. Was that?
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Yeah,
dude, I played a show with. I just filled in for Tired Radio, and did I tell you? Did I talk about this last show or no?
No,
I didn't.
No, you just did. It was just this past weekend, right?
Yeah, that's right. My time is just so wishy-washy. I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore, so I don't know what is what anymore. It's so weird. So anyway, I played drums for Tired Radio. Shout out to those guys. They're fucking awesome. They're so fun. Unfortunately, Kevin couldn't make it, so I hopped on. I crushed it. Not a big deal. I fucking hammered it. But and everyone went fucking wild. But it was at this really cool little venue in like Queens, like at the border of Queens and Brooklyn by Bushwick. And it was called Bridge and Tunnel Brewery. And it was so cool because it was like that really small venue that when it's packed out, it seems so.
Yeah, those are the best.
It was only like 50 people there, but it felt like
doesn't matter.
Tons. Dude, it felt like it was amazing.
Yeah, those are the most fun.
That's awesome.
And it was such a cock tease because it was just like, all right, this is the first day of tour. And then I'm like, wait, you know what? I have to go home because there's no tour. Like I'm done. I was just filling for one show.
Yeah.
So I'm ready, guys. I think I'm ready to go to do.
You're gonna get back out there.
Yeah, I think I have to.
Well, we have 1 or 2 shows in the distant future. That's
true.
Going to be planned.
That's true.
Exciting.
Yeah,
it's going to be over the top.
I've been stretching and I've been walking and run walking because of the fast, intense drum playing that I have to do with our band. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I gotta like walk around with fireproof gel on my body just to get used to it.
Right.
It won't make sense until the show, but you'll see.
Yes.
All right, I'm excited.
Yes.
How near future are we talking? I know you don't want to like announce it, but like, am I going to?
Well, we put out 2 singles, and the original idea was to build on that, do like an EP, do like a show or 2 for fun. Yeah. But that's evolved at the rate of speed that Nate's and James are writing music. Now Andy and I are having to catch up with them. They have like 9 or 10 songs.
Damn.
Yeah, so like,
and they're insane.
So now it's like, okay, Andy's got to do the drum parts. I got to finish the lyrics and stuff. But it's like, okay, cool. Now we have like a full length that we can do, which is great. So rather than rush it, we're going to put the stuff out when we feel it's ready, and then plan maybe like a Long Island show, maybe like a Brooklyn or Manhattan type area show, like 2 shows.
Yeah,
and just appear to be 3,000 times bigger than we really are, and just go off and have
love that.
Have a really fun theatrical experience for everybody to come
even
be
better.
Really confused by, because I'm like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
Why are they looking at me like that? That's kind of, I want to make the venue owners like super uncomfortable. Like I think Erich might actually snap. I think this is it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna push everybody to the brink.
I'll be keeping my eyes open.
Glorin is going to scare people this year. Glorin will scare people, but I think it's also going to be beautiful. It's weird, Derek. The music is very heavy, but fast, but also fucking gorgeous, right? Right.
Yeah, kind of haunting.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you may have shown me like a demo at one point, unless you were going to get in trouble for that.
No. There's two songs. There's 2 tracks on Spotify now that are just like early ones.
Yeah.
And a music video.
Well, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. But we'll save that.
We'll save that. We'll save that for maybe one of the versions of.
Andy Lovabato here for the news. All right, everybody.
Wow.
Glassjaw announces. Oh,
sorry.
Dude, you know what? Just forget it.
Oh, man. Get through this slide because I have comments.
Okay, guys, Glassjaw announces the 20th anniversary vinyl reissue of Worship and Tribute. That's a fucking iconic album. And also fellow New Yorkers. That's pretty fucking cool. The legendary Long Island band is dropping a deluxe anniversary pressing with unreleased demos, guys, and revamped artwork. Fans are losing it over rumored secret show in NYC. And guys, I did make this slide and it is spelled incorrectly. I am sorry.
It's
Sorry,
it's not just spelling. Like, what is that artwork?
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I just don't. I fucked up. I fucked up.
That's why we love you, Andy.
And
Gail, we're gonna have to talk to Gail about this.
Yeah, Gail really fucked up because it's not grass draw. I mean, unless you're never mind. I don't want to go. I don't want to.
No, let's just skip that. But yeah, I mean, it's
Grass
that album artwork is just.
We should make a Tour Buzz t-shirt with that artwork.
With grass draw on it. Yeah, dude. Parody law. We won't get sued.
Dude, grass draw. That's our side project.
That's like a glass draw tribute band or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just grass draw.
You only play outdoor festivals in the grass. That's it.
That's it. We'll be with All American Rejects.
Yes. All right. So we got this. What's next, Andy? What do we got?
Let's
next
do
news item. You want to do the rejects next?
Or no? What's right. Next on the docket here?
Let's do the rejects. We're on the rejects. So let's go. All American
Rejects is basically touring in people's backyards, and people are prepping their backyards just for the chance of All American Rejects to play their backyard.
Amazing.
And I think that this is one of the coolest things to happen in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years in music.
Easily.
Right?
Incredible. So I just want to throw in a little tidbit here, just from kind of surfing this on TikTok and like really digging through it. So I think what happened was the first one, like this whole thing was supposed to be like small 250 person in a house, like a legit, like just a house party.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody found out and like put it all over TikTok, and like thousands of people showed up to like this random person's house. And that's how it started. And then they started like really, then they started like promoting it like that. Yeah,
we need a movie about this. This is one of those.
Dude, I hope they're documenting it for like a documentary.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Incredible. This could be like one of those like can't hardly wait kind of angsty teen.
It's like what's that movie Project X or whatever? That's what it is. Just like a whole state showing up to your house.
It's just so cool to have a band. They had pretty good mainstream success, but like
definitely
it's good to see a band like that you don't expect to do something so actual punk rock, I guess is the word. I don't know what to call it, but like to bring it back to like house shows and like
it's perfect.
I don't know, man. It's just rad as fuck.
I want to say this though. Like I really hope right now that the kid who put on the show wasn't popular and is still in school, either like high school, college, and he never got laid. And after this show, he is flooded with pussy right now. Wow. He's just crushing it. Like I want him to be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be the story. It's like some like really like nerdy kid. And he was like made fun of and beat up, and he got swirlies and toilets and all of a sudden now he is the stud.
I'm picturing it to be this guy up on the roof. It's got to be one of the kids on the roof, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
This dude in the green shirt or the other. There's like two dudes up there, and it's all other chicks. So
whoever you are, it could be a girl too. Whoever you are, we salute you.
Yeah, I'm only kind of like projecting because I'm like I was.
you wish it was you.
I think everybody got that.
Yeah. I wish it was me, guys.
We picked up on your hints.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the band too, man. Like they're just out there doing this and having fun. Like obviously,
it's awesome.
I don't think they're getting rich off this. They're just having a good time, and another thing is too, they're just playing the hits from what I can tell, and that's some people will be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? No, that's what you do when you're playing.
Yeah,
you just play the hit. You have
just
fun.
Get hype for 45 minutes straight.
Yeah. Oh, such a good idea, man. I wish.
Yeah.
and
It's a
this
great idea.
about this on like the last episode, how like music needs like some kind of like renaissance or like
Mm-hmm.
some recharge, you know what I mean? With all this streaming and TikTok and attention span deficits and everything. It's like this is the kind of shit we were talking about.
It's great.
Yes. Like go see this band if they come to a house near you. I know I'm going to. I know my wife filled out the come by our area. She went on their website and filled it out like 9 times already.
So it'll be at your house. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Why not?
Insane. Insane.
The town will love it. I would though. Like, you know.
I always loved house shows. I think they're so cool.
Yeah, dude, it would be so much fun. You know what I mean? And I just I think it's great. There's
it'd be
nothing
amazing.
I can say.
I'm gonna have to apply, Andy. We could do it in the backyard with my brother-in-law next door. We could do
Oh my god.
Do it, dude.
big
Oh my
run.
Throw it out.
You should do it.
It would be
I don't
pretty
think
wild.
Marissa would love that, but
No.
I'd
I'd have to
My
send
old-
her away somewhere.
My this would destroy what's left in my backyard. But anyway, good times, good news.
Yeah,
news,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. That's great news, guys. This is
All right.
now we're giving the world good news. I love it. And then the next one, heavy band Tooth Rot signed with Phoebe Bridgers' Satisfactory Records. That's pretty cool. For the fact that Phoebe Bridgers signed this heavy ass band, an unexpected signing. The brutal sludge punk band from Ohio just inked a deal with Bridgers' label. Their music is like Code Orange meets Elliott Smith. Seriously, chaotic but beautiful.
Well said.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of the record label name, Satisfactory.
Yeah,
It's
I think that
Yeah, it took me a couple times saying it fast to get it.
it's very clever very on brand for Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, I mean, Andy, I got to be honest. I think any name I would have just said there, you would have said the same thing. She's cute.
Maybe. You never know. You just never know.
All right, we'll keep you on the ball.
The next one we have going on is new metal is booming on TikTok, but the bands hate it. A wave of younger acts blending MySpace era metalcore and new metal are blowing up online, but many are vocally distancing themselves from the TikTok band label. Interesting. It's interesting because I feel like I don't quite understand the idea of blowing up just on TikTok. I'm not fully there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like there are worlds happening right now on TikTok that aren't anywhere else. And it's something that I think all bands need to kind of figure out, because I think bands are getting found and blowing up on there. But it is interesting that this is kind of primarily happening on TikTok.
You don't think it translates out anywhere? Is that kind of the point? Like no one's going to their shows?
I don't think so. I think it's mainly like a TikTok thing right now. It's new metalcore. It's new metalcore. It's really interesting.
Okay, so is this applied to the band that I put up the other day, a couple episodes ago? And obviously I have like the worst friggin' memory today. I'm a mess. But like, no, well, not today, but every other day for the last 4 years.
Okay.
Probably longer. But they're big. I found them on Instagram. You said you've heard them, that like pop punk.
Yes.
Remember?
I just wanna come or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or cough. Cough. I just wanna cough.
But their shows are packed. Their shows are packed out.
Yeah, so I think it's good. It's a good thing to go on
TikTok.
I think people are finding the younger generation. Maybe I should try to sound younger, because like I hate saying that, the younger generation, everybody. Like, yeah, I think TikTok is important, and it's so annoying, but whatever.
Hey,
next one.
Bandcamp
artists are organizing a direct-to-fan tour network. After the Bandcamp layoffs and drama with licensing, a group of indie artists launched their own booking collective to cut out promoters and build fan-curated shows across cities. think couch surfing meets punk tour routing. That
Okay.
is interesting.
Can I step in? Is this not like what all DIY bands do?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds painfully familiar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I mean, yeah, you call your other friends and bands and you play their shows and they play yours and show swapping.
Yeah, but
Where
like I don't think there's ever been a network where you could actually like kind of talk to people like who are actually running this. Essentially they are a network of promoters, but they're not calling it promoters.
Gotcha.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So it's like almost like a social network type organized way to arrange tours and stuff with peers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Sort
well,
of indie on the run. Is that isn't that
It's
a
like
site?
indie on the run, but like I don't think
Okay.
But a little more.
Okay. I get what they're going for. That could be cool if it works.
Do we know what this is called?
Do we
Or
know
no?
what it's called? A bank. Shit.
If not, it's fine. I'll look it up. But
Yeah, I don't.
I'm curious.
Jamie, can you look that up? Jamie,
Jamie, bring it up.
Jamie,
We'll
look
have
that up.
Gail?
Gail.
I
Gail
think
went
they
home for the night.
They must have stepped out.
Yeah.
We'll do some research. Maybe we'll bring it up next week.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I'll have to check that out because it's always fun to see what the kids are doing these days, Andy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to stay up on these things.
All right, up next.
All right.
Okay. We got a new super group that we're talking about now. Blood Moon Ritual, formed with members of Converge, Chelsea Wolfe, and Death Heaven, who we just listened to, Eric, on Monday. This collab came out of nowhere and blends dark wave, doom, and post metal. Very interesting blend. Their teaser video looks like something out of an A24 horror short. Wild and cinematic.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's a really interesting thing. I think for me, as a fan of music, I think that's very interesting to add. I don't know who I admittedly don't really listen to Chelsea Wolfe. I know Converge and Death Heaven though, and adding those two fucking bands sounds insane. And I think that's great for music to have super bands. And it's probably nice to be in a super band if you're like, listen, it's like you love your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, husband, but sometimes you need sometimes you want strange, not that you should. Now, as a musician, you might get tired of your fucking bandmates, and you are allowed to have strange when you do a super group or like fill in for other bands. And that's really cool.
This has turned into quite the therapy session for you, this episode. You know what I mean?
I don't want strange. I don't need it.
I'm glad you're getting it out.
Thank you. I'm just saying that's a human thing. I think it's good for those bands to be in another band together and they can complain about the other guys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're here for you, man. You know what I mean?
My phone's always on, Andy.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this super group does.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Blood Moon Ritual.
All right.
Cool
we'll
name.
have to check that one out.
Guys, last but not least, we got a band, Funeral Grandpa, host show in a crypt. It gets haunted mid-set, allegedly. Okay. This Portland-based noise punk trio.
Oh God. Okay.
Played a DIY show inside an old mausoleum as part of a Dead Loud tour series. Midway through their set, amps cut out. Strange feedback loops began without a source. This wasn't planned, allegedly, okay? And the drummer swears he saw a dude in a Civil War gear headbang through the wall. He was headbanging a guy in Civil War gear, which is really interesting. So
they know how to headbang. Yeah, I mean, that'd be
I think he probably had time to learn that as a ghost. Local ghost tour operators are now using the band in promo material. The band's merch, black candles, and bone keychains.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yes.
I would
All
ride
right,
that.
funeral grandpa. I mean,
See you.
that's
I see you.
Yeah.
that's the best. I like what you're doing. I like
Yeah.
it. Keep it up.
Shout out to Funeral Grandpa. Guys, what is the creepiest or weirdest place that you've played in?
Oh God. There's a couple, man.
The creepiest or weirdest.
Do you know what my weirdest place is? And Derek, you were a part of this. When you were in Hell Within, we were in Oregon.
Oregon. That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah, yeah. There was a place that was like, oh, it said like, I think it was like Sleep No More. It's I think the name
It
of the
was
venue.
like an abandoned building, basically.
And it looked like, dude, it looked like
Nice.
the set of a Freddy Krueger movie. Like, no
That's hot.
joke. And there was a guy, one of the promoters sounded identical to Seth Rogen.
Yes.
And
Wow, what a combination of things you're throwing out there,
weirdly, like
identical.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's what I was gonna say. Good one.
And there was a train that went down the middle of the road right in front of the venue.
Yeah.
And it actually frightened me because like we were just like cars, just like it's actually in the middle of the fucking road. There was no.
We were throwing a football out front.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, guys, just like get out of the way. The train's coming." And like a freight train just like slowly rolled down the street. And it, like he was like, "Get on this side because it's gonna take a while." It's like a long ass freight train just doing like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, I've seen those. That's that's an interesting one, man.
And this venue actually like it had weird vibes to it. It made me feel slightly uncomfortable, and like I'm glad we got out of there before it got dark because it probably turned into something really scary, and I didn't like it. I'm glad that Derek had confirmed this, though. It was really Derek. Was it not absolutely utterly creepy?
It was bizarre. Like stage falling apart. There was all like these weird little rooms and ways like hallways to go in. It was bizarre.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. But it was a fun show.
Oregon
came out. We had a good time. Had a barbecue in the back.
That's right. What about you, E?
I have so many to pick from, man. But I would have to say we played this venue in Eastern Germany that was an abandoned Soviet tank base.
Ooh.
So the main building, I guess, was closer to like an airplane hangar in size, but it was like where they housed tanks and shit, like Soviets. And like Eastern Bloc architecture, you know what I mean? Like you go in the bathroom, it's just one trough that you just pee in together. Just like super Cold War relic, frozen in time that they turned into a venue. Didn't know if we were even legally allowed to play there, but I mean, it had a proper stage, lighting rigs, the whole nine. But yeah, the whole place was concrete. Some kid got really hurt from stage diving, but it was like one of those places that was just really just had like you said, like it just felt weird. And I remember the bus driver / tour manager dude who was from Poland, I think. I went to, usually especially Europe, when we get to a venue, I like to just walk around, just like see the city and kind of sightsee a little bit. And that was the one and only time that he put his hand on me. He's like, "Don't leave this area." I was like, "What? Why?" He's like, Don't leave the venue." And I was like, "Okay." It was just when he said that, plus the looks of it, I don't know. Yeah, same thing. I caught a vibe and I'm like, all right, I'm going to stay here, I guess. And the show, like, I barely remember playing. Like, I know we were there. I know we played the show, but like my main memories have nothing to do with the set. You know what I mean? I think there's a decent amount of people there, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it was bizarre, especially because in that part of Germany, the kids our age at the time, they grew up learning Russian and German, not English and German, like in the western part of the country. So there was language barrier on top of that we didn't experience up until that point. And I think that's where the couple I met tried to get me to stay at their house, but just me, not the rest of the band. Yeah, it was weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what
really weird. I like that.
Yeah, well, the guy asked if he could use one of our songs in a slasher movie that he was making. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, go for it."
In order to do this,
come over. You're the star.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Do you need a place to stay?" And I'm like, "No, I think we got a place." He's like, "No, just you." He was like, "Just you," and I'm like, "Oh,
yeah."
You are German, yes?
Yeah, I'm fucking.
You have nice German sausage.
Yeah, that was.
He heard that you got a hog, so
the whole thing was just off-putting. All right, that was my.
That's a good one. I think that's the best
great.
one.
That's
Yeah, it
great.
was kind of creepy. We also played Doctor. What the hell was his name? Dr. Love's Bottom Line Club in Tupelo, Mississippi. Have you ever played there? Either of you guys?
Maybe I've been to
No.
Mississippi times
It's
on
a,
tour.
it's
Ever
a
played
birthplace of Elvis, Tupelo, Mississippi. So
Hmm.
it's a strip club 6 nights a week, but on Thursdays they did hardcore shows.
Dope.
Okay.
So you're playing on the stage, and I am like dodging a stripper pole for the sing-alongs and stuff. It was
That's sick.
We played there with a day to remember. Actually, it was,
Well, we did definitely play a
hilarious.
venue with the stripper pole for sure.
Yeah, there's one in Florida that in Tampa that a lot of hardcore bands played at that was like that too. It had the stripper pole in the middle.
There
What
was
was
one
the
in
one?
New Hampshire where I played with the Treyu there while there was strippers.
Oh,
Like
Hmm.
the whole show, there were strippers for
Well,
there
you
was like
one-upped us
two
on that
two
one.
different two different stripper stages with bands and strippers.
wow.
It's a fun
Yeah.
time.
All right.
Yeah, I remember on the Hell Within tour that we played in somewhere in Florida. Actually, everything happened. Every crazy fucking story happens in Florida.
Or Eastern Europe, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
go
sure.
ahead.
Yeah, or Eastern Europe. I've had some crazy Eastern Europe stories, like fucking scary. But anyway, and that has to do with the strip club as well. But
Always does.
different podcast, different story, but maybe
Yeah.
same podcast. But anyway, I think I may have shared it on Tour Buds, but yeah, like real quick, I like while we were playing before Hell Within, there was like there was like strippers there, taking their shirts off or whatever, and then Hell Within gets on, and they're like full on fingering each other, and it was just like fucking madness. They probably saw Derek on bass, and they were like, "We gotta do something."
I mean, I would do
Must
it
have
too.
been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be my reaction.
yeah.
That was in Satellite Beach.
Satellite
sense?
Beach. That's right. Yes. That was the first and last time I got so fucked up on tour that I missed a bunch of cues on because
You got in trouble.
I got in trouble.
You got yelled at by your band.
I got absolutely smashed, and that was the last time I did it.
I would have yelled at you too, for the record.
I know you would have. I know you would. It was not the brightest moment of my career, but not for nothing. I was a child.
Yeah, you learn, live and learn.
Yeah, I was very young.
Yeah.
That's how you learn. You got to fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It wasn't just me. I think it was me and Ricky. We got trashed.
That tracks.
Yeah, that was sick. So anyway, yeah, that's the news for today. I hope
You took us for quite a ride on that one, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We went all over the place. We were happy. We were sad. We were scared. We were excited.
Confused.
I'm gonna go ice my elbow now.
Yeah, well,
so
we'll
sorry.
talk about that next time because
Yeah.
we'll let you let you process your
It gives me time to come up with a cooler cover story.
Mhm.
right.
How
Exactly.
I partially dislocated my elbow.
Right. Something like sword fighting or something.
Yeah, maybe some weird hobby that nobody should have. But anyway,
All right, fellas. Well, great hanging as always.
Yes.
Thanks for watching the breakdown. We will see you in a week or two. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Subscribe, watch,
sounds good.
tell your mom about it, okay? Tell everyone. Tell your moms about our show. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, Mom.